very awkward today. Maybe leaning to the awkwardness. Yes.
For you, it hasn't been a while. Well, it has.
So my plan for this is to cut out all the pattern pieces, as I should. that's like step one.
Oop. Crap.
Or do I want it longer? Ah!
More that are more
It's different. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Hi. Maybe you've noticed something. This wall. It's different. A lot more colour. It used to be white and it used to have this curtain. But now it has basically a foam mattress that I still need to put fabric on for the window, to cover in the window, because months ago, beginning of this year, I decided it would be fun to paint this wall in all the leftover colours that we had. We have the yellow from a yellow box that I once painted. We have the pink. It's the same pink as this wall. We have the green from my kitchen, and we have red from my brother, and we have some green from my parents, and some very old orange. It doesn't matter where the colours come from. It's all leftovers, and now I have this leftover, which is a curtain, which is actually the main reason why this project came in the first place, because on some day I looked at the curtains and thought, oh, that would be a great dress. I had a specific dress in mind. We're not going to make that because months have passed, and I realised that that dress would not be something I would get a lot of wear out. But we are here now, and it would be a waste to hang the curtains back on, because then you can't see the painting. And it's not perfect, but I like it well enough to show in my house. So that's why we're going to make something. That's why we're going to make something out of these curtains. Well, I think I have enough fabric for at least 2 projects, so we're going to attempt to at least do 2 projects. I'm just going to put this here. So, what I'm going to make, I've seen these jackets. They are from the 1920s. I believe they are originally, like, in the 1920s there was this trend of these Turkish velvet jackets, and I'm kind of obsessed by it. I could try and attempt to find one, but usually they're quite expensive. And I have these lovely velvety green curtains that are free. So I want to make something resembling that. I already have a pattern in mind I'm going to use. It's a sweater pattern, so not a jacket pattern. I hope it's going to work, because it's probably going to be a project that's going to take me months to finish. The actual pattern is very simple, and I think the second pattern is also going to be very simple. It's going to be this dress, similar to this dress. So I recently rewatched You've Got Mail, which is a horrible movie, because you have to root for this capitalist guy that basically destroys this very lovely, cute bookshop, independent bookshop. I don't see why it's a rom-com, but I really like the aesthetic of the little bookshop and her clothes. And I remember I really wanted that dress, so I'm gonna attempt to make it in this version, in green and in velvet, and I think I'm gonna get a lot of wear out, but also it's gonna probably a very simple pattern. I'm using this pattern right here. I will leave the link down below for what I use, except for the curtains. They don't sell them anymore. They were once from IKEA. Yes, so we're gonna do that, and that's probably gonna be done in the next couple of days. I think I assume it's gonna be very simple. It might be completely wrong, but the thing that's gonna make this take like forever is the fact that I'm gonna embroider it myself. And I've never embroidered before, but I assume it's gonna take some time, especially the amount I want to embroider on it. I want it to be a really cute, special, whimsical jacket. The only thing I did buy, well, besides embroidery thread, is the lining, because I feel the suit needs a lining. I will get it. As this is the lining. It feels very small, but I assume it's gonna be quite alright. I hope it's gonna be well. In my mind, it all makes sense, but that doesn't always mean that in practicality it looks great, because often it does not. So yeah, we're gonna see where it's gonna leave. I hope the pattern that I'm gonna use is right. I've used that pattern twice before for like this little cropped vest sort of thingy. I will leave a link to the video of that, because there's a video about that, of me making it, so you can use it, see it, not use it, you can see it. And I also made a sweatshirt for my brother, so I think it's gonna work alright. It's just very basic fit, it's straight, and the arms can be straight, which is very important. Maybe I have to lengthen the arm a little bit to make sure it fits. Maybe I have to size it up a little bit. I'm gonna put a jacket on, the thing I made, on to see if I like the shape. And obviously the front is need to be just like cut in half, because it's a jacket. I do want to have like some closures of the jacket. I'm thinking of those hooks and eyes. I think that will be the nicest, because it's mostly going to be worn open. So yeah, any questions? Very excited about the end results, but also a little bit worried. Anyway, let's get started, and well, see you when I feel like picking up the camera and talk to it, because yeah, bye.
Hi, we're quite a couple of days later. I do recognise that I haven't spoken to you throughout this process at all. I'm just still trying to figure out how to do this YouTube thing again. But yeah, I had to take a little break, mostly because I realised I needed a zipper for the next step for the dress. And I went to the city. They didn't have a zipper in the right colour or length, so I had to order it, which is fine. I got some fresh new needles as well. They're more eco-friendly because they are packed in less plastic. So I thought, let's give this a try. I need new needles anyway. I got my zipper. It was a whole ordeal because they said originally that they would come Monday morning. Then I got an email that they arrived on Saturday morning in my mailbox. I went to my mailbox, it was empty. So I was like, did something went wrong? Did my neighbors got it? They didn't got it. It arrived either Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning. Not Tuesday morning, I checked Tuesday. But yeah. But we got here now. And it's an invisible zipper. And for some reason, although I have done invisible zippers a couple of times, the knowledge of how to do this does not stick in my brain. For some reason it doesn't make sense. So I'm going to do it as the instructions of the dress say, which is to... Well, I have only gone to step 1. And step 1 is to sew the entire thing in the back. I assume, because I didn't pay too much attention, because that's just how I am, that you do that on like a bigger stitch where the zipper is going to be, because it's going to be a temporary stitch, and then a tighter stitch for where the zipper ends. And normal stitching is going it's this way. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. So what you saw me doing last was attach the front and the back together from the jacket. And when I put it on, just like as like a cape thing, because the side seams aren't there and the sleeves aren't there, the sleeves are currently pinned to it, I realized, oh yeah, I didn't really completely thought this through, is that the jacket is quite in an odd length. It's just right at my hips. I think I want to do like more like a propped jacket, so I'm gonna sew in the sleeves and then leave the side seams open. Well, I will pin them closed and then we'll try it on my body to see where I want to cut it, because I want to embroider it first before I do the sleeves. Well, I first want to embroider the sleeves and then I'm gonna do the side seams closed, because I think it's easier to embroider when the sleeve is flat. So yeah, but I need to know how much length is, because I believe there's something, a couple of bits that needs to be cut from the length of the sleeve, because I just had some extra, because often with patterns the sleeves are too short on my arms, because I guess I have very long arms. So I probably need to adjust that before I embroider it, and then turns out I have to cut off the embroidery, because I haven't embroidered properly ever, but I assume it's kind of a lot of work and it would be a shame if I have to cut it off, so I have to be prepared for that. But yeah, I hope I can get the dress close to finished today, but I'm really struggling with getting stuff done today. Not feeling great, but we're gonna do this because I'm really excited for the dress. I think I'm gonna love it. I really do. So that is at least something positive. I'm gonna tackle the zipper today. That is like priority number 1. Probably gonna do the interfacing as well. I need to do some cutting around these edges, because so that when you flip it over it lays flat and not bunches up. So a couple of triangles and just little cuts is what is needed to do. And hopefully we're gonna attach the shoulder seams as well. But we're gonna see how far we're gonna get today. Also, chances are that for you it's not gonna be noticeable when it isn't done today. But yeah, it's a very lovely sunny autumn day that I'm spending inside. Well, not entirely. I have to cycle my way to the grocery store and get vegetables and such. But yeah, let's get this done. Alright, little change of plan. Just a teeny tiny bit. Because I was doing the zipper as instructed. Well, I wasn't really at the putting in the zipper part, but I was placing the zipper in the middle of the seam. And something felt a bit off. And I was like, I don't think this is the way you put in invisible zippers. So I went and just searched on YouTube how to put a invisible zipper in, and got a video that wasn't the video that came with the pattern, and they instructed something completely different. So that's what I did. I seam ripped the entire middle seam of the back completely open so that I had two separate pieces again, which meant that the sewing was kind of pointless. Then I ironed the zipper so that the zipper would be more flat so that you can get closer to the edge, and placed it right side together on the zipper, making sure that it would be the correct side. So like make sure you check if it would open on the right side. But yeah, and then just sewn it. And in the last part I folded the entire pattern in half and tucked this little tail of the zipper away and just sew a little seam there. So now I do have a back pattern, back piece, which is very exciting. So I did that. I went off board, but I think it was the smart move, because this makes a whole lot more sense, because with the other way you might get like a really close edge for the zipper, but you would inevitably have like seams, two seams on the back, which kind of defeats the whole invisible zipper part, because maybe your zipper is invisible, but you do have like two extra seams. So I did it this way. So I'm gonna put the facing on next, and I'm gonna do that my way as well. And I'm just not gonna look at the instructions and go by feeling. And if I struggle, I'll just Google it, and it'll be fine. But I'll probably begin like the next steps are very simple. I just need to put in the lining. I need to cut the lining accordingly so that it will sit flat when I flip the lining inside out, outside in, whatever. And then we need to just attach the shoulder seams and attach the side seams, and then do a little hem. That's all that is left for this dress, and then it will be finished and I can wear it, and it's very exciting. I think it's gonna be really nice. I did the interfacing, as you can see, and I cut triangles out. I never know how many I need to do to make it work properly, so I usually do a lot, but the idea is that way there's less fabric, so there will be less bunching. So we're gonna see if it worked by putting it inside out. I think I need to iron it to make it look good. I'm gonna iron it on the not velvet side, but it seems promising. And do the other side as well. That's the back. So now all we technically need to do is put the shoulders together, right sides together, and then the side seam and the hem, and then we have there's water here, great, that's wet, and then we have a dress. So yeah, I will do that, and then I will see you when it's finished, probably, because there's not a lot of explaining left to do. Alright, so technically we're not completely done, because I haven't finished the jacket yet, because I just don't have the time to do that right now, and the energy and the money to really completely finish it. So I thought I would make this in a two-part video. So it's been actually a couple of weeks since I worked on this project. You wouldn't have known if I hadn't mentioned it, but that is the case. I just burned my fingers on a boiling hot cast iron pan, so I'm feeling great, but I want to continue on working on the jacket. But before I can do that, I need to cut it to the desired length. So that is what we're gonna work on today, to see what is the desired length. I just quickly pinned the side seams because I'm gonna take that apart when embroidering, but you can have like kind of a look on how it looks. So now it hits around my hip, and I'm thinking about making it this length, just slightly on my waist or above my waist. I think I'm gonna go with this length and cut it off there, and I think I'm gonna keep the length of the arms. So you probably would have expected by now to see me working on the jacket, but that is going to be another video, and you will also not see the finished result of the jacket in this video. It will also be in the second part, but we are going to talk about a dress that I made for my curtain. So I've already worn it a couple of times because it's been, I think, 2 months ago since I finished it. I really like it. I think it reminds me of the dress in one Meg Ryan wears in You've Got Mail, yes, only obviously from a different fabric and such. And at the same time, it reminds me, I think because of the green, it reminds me of Minus, which is a Dutch children's story book and a movie with Carice van Houten. I used to be obsessed with that movie when I was a kid. I kind of still am. So I think it makes this dress really great because it's kind of a combination of both for me. It probably is only something I see, but that's okay. I made it for me, so that's completely fine. I did had to add a strip of fabric on the bottom because the dress was really short on me. Like I couldn't move without people showing people my underwear, and that's not really the vibe I'm going for. So I added a bit of fabric to prevent that, and I think it looks great. It feels really nice because it's velvet, so I'm often just like patting myself basically. It's really soft. It's also quite comfortable. I'm not certain if it's comfortable around everything because it is obviously not a natural material because it's made for my curtains, and I think they were polyester. So there's that, but at least it has a new life now, and I really like it, and I'm excited to style it in certain different ways. Ow. I'm also very excited about the jacket, but that one is nowhere near finished, really. So that's going to be for another time. So let's get on with showing you the end result. And I will say thank you for watching. I hope you had a good time watching this and that you're not too disappointed in this being a two-part video. I'm sorry for that, but I hope you still enjoyed it. I hope you got some inspiration of cutting your curtains up. Maybe that's not always a good idea, but yeah. What is your favorite place to get new material for your crafts, or whatever crafts it is? Like, do you like to go thrifting for it, or scour the your house for them or buy them from fabric store, and do you care at all about like what materials they are? I don't know. Just tell me something, because apparently comments are good for the algorithm. So yeah, but anyway, I hope you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if you do, and I'm so happy you've been on this journey with me, and I will see you in the next video probably. Bye! I think I just have to deal with the fact that my brain is melting, and we have to slowly heal and take time to recover, but for now I just have to accept that my brain isn't fully functional and is constantly struggling to find words, to use words, to make sounds with my mouth that are correct. But yeah, also I wanted to have this top I bought at my favourite secondhand shop, vintage shop in Groningen, and it's the first time I'm wearing it. It is polyester, it's like from, well, it is vintage, it's old, it might be the 70s, I don't know, but yeah, I do really like the fit of it, and it's like sleeveless, so I feel like the sweat doesn't catch as much. You know, I still feel like I'm breathing because my arms are out, and I really like it. Plus it's not too, well, it's going to be 24 degrees today, so it's going to be pretty warm, but it's not going to be like 30 degrees, and it cools down quite nicely at the end of the day because it is September. And oh my god, I'm so excited for cold weather. And I know that by the time this video is going to be up, it's probably going to be winter. So it's going to be kind of weird. See. But yeah. I think it's cute. Like, it's cropped this way. See? Yeah, that's a little side note. I'm trying to not make this video too long. But yeah. I hope doing some sewing will be like therapy and will do me some good. But yeah.